Hello, how's it
Hey,
going? Are you growing a beard?
no, I just haven't
Okay.
shaved in a while. As well. Um,
Did you not go to school?
huh? Did I not go to school? What are you talking about?
As in, do you not normally shave when you go to school?
I'm not clean shaved. No, I just trim. Um, yes, I've been a bit lazy
I've only
with
noticed that you've got some white hairs in your beard, which is quite good. Makes me feel better about my beard situation.
Yeah,
Do
I
you think I
think
should colour it?
huh?
Do you think I should colour it?
The problem with coloring is that you got to get it right. Like if you
Yeah,
color it too much, it just looks colored. You got to make it
yeah.
natural. Like not just
That's hard to
some
do.
people just get so black, and you're like, nah, that's not.
Yeah, and
That's
they
not real.
they can do this and their face is black too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that. I think what you want is, like you say, a natural colouring,
Yeah,
and that's hard to achieve.
it is. Because it always looks like you've got something
Because as
done.
soon as like your hair grows, people who color their hair
Yeah.
grows a little bit, they get this
Hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
border of white, which looks really funny.
Hmm.
Because where it grows, it's like you can see
Hmm.
it here, and they get this bit that's just white, and it's like it
Hmm.
seems like a lot of work. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think they should, if they could like invent some sort of, I don't know, tablet, you eat it and then your hair goes black again. That'd be quite
Hmm.
cool. I'd do that. That'd be great. And it makes a massive difference. You see actors who color their hair,
Yeah,
and you see them when the hair is not colored. You're like, oh my god, you look
yeah.
like 20 years. You actually look your age. And then when they've done it kind of colored and stuff, if you see like what's his name, Tom Cruise with hair with grey hair, you're like, oh
Hmm.
okay, now he looks his age. And you see it when he's like normal,
Hmm.
and he looks really young, right? He's probably what,
Hmm.
60
Mad. Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Funny enough, just today I saw a picture of him in. Have you seen Jerry Maguire?
Yeah,
And Jerry Maguire is a little kid,
yeah, yeah,
right? And there's a picture of Jerry Maguire, I mean, Tom Cruise and a little kid, then and he's a
yeah,
little kid.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
I think Tom Cruise is probably like, I don't know,
Hmm.
28 or something. And then you see them now, and the little kid looks way older than Tom Cruise.
Is that a real picture? I think I've
I
seen
think there's a
this
real picture, yeah.
because
But
now you can't trust anything online, but it might not be actually him. I think you got to get the.
Cruise and
I did
what's his
see
name?
that. I don't know his name.
Jerry
Jeremy Maguire kid.
Maguire kid, yeah. Yeah, that's him. What is his name? Can't see what his name is. Instagram. Reddit. Right. So I'm not going to bring it up, but his name is
Mhm.
Christopher McQuarrie,
Okay.
and Christopher McQuarrie does look like a 45-year-old man would look with like very white
It's
hair.
mad. Yeah.
Uh,
It's
but
mad how
it might
how
be. I don't know.
it's mad how like we're still surprised by people just growing old.
Yeah,
Like it's why are we shocked? I know we are, but why? Like,
yeah, we are.
okay, we saw a movie when he was like 8, and now
Have,
it's
have,
been a while.
have you got any of those people in your life, or that you kind of know in the periphery, that when you were a kid they were old,
Yeah,
and now like we're middle aged and they're still the same age, they're still old.
yeah,
So there's
yeah.
this auntie, and like she was older than my dad. So my dad used to call her like sister, budgie, kind of
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was. And so I used to think this lady's like grandma kind of thing.
Hmm.
And she's still around
Hmm.
and she's still old. I'm like, flipping hell, she's like been old for a long time.
Oh God,
She's been old
as
all my
in
life.
she's always been old. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I
yeah,
can remember she's always been old. But surely when like I was a little kid, she must have been like late 40s, mid 40s.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But she's saying she's probably my age when I was a kid. And then
Hmm.
now she seems like she's really, really, really old. Well, she's really, really old and she's
Well,
probably
that's it,
90.
innit? Like because there's not much difference between 60 and 70, is it? Or like
No,
50,
nah,
50
60,
and
60
70.
and 70 there is. But 70 and 80 and 80 and 90, and it's all so much of
Nah,
a
it's all the
nonsense.
same. Innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there's something happens between people in this in their 60s, they're still kind of okay, and then they get into their 70s or something. Oh, you're old now. Yeah, now you're definitely old.
There's
there's no
no,
like, there's no going back.
yeah, there's no going back.
There's no going. Yeah, they're not that old
Um,
if they're in their 70s.
Trying to remember, there's an actor, he's actually 70, and I was like, whoa, he just doesn't look like that at all. Oh,
Actors don't count.
no, what's his name? There's a recent picture of John Travolta. Oh my days.
Yeah,
70s now, and there's like, what is he?
it doesn't
That
look. It looks like 50
yeah,
max.
man.
You know what it is? I don't want to kind of racially profile, but a lot of the black actors are well old. Like Samuel L.
Yeah.
Jackson is getting on now, and he doesn't look
Mhm.
that old.
No,
He's been making films since the 80s. He's been like middle aged since the
I
80s.
think I think generally black people just age really well. Generally,
Yeah.
if you look at them, their skin's really good and stuff like that. I
But
think they've just
who's
been
I thinking
blessed.
of? Eddie Murphy
Hmm.
is, I think he's about 67, 68,
Hmm. Hmm.
something like that, roughly. No, he doesn't
Hmm.
look that old. He doesn't look even near that old.
Hmm.
You could pass for like a 47-year-old easily.
Hmm.
Remember, I used to work with this guy. I used to work at the NHS, and I used to work with a guy. And it was me, and there was this like white guy, and I think he was African. His name was like Shola, or
Hmm.
like one of those very African names. It was, I think it was
Hmm.
Shola. And we're sitting there, we're talking, and like we worked together for a few months, and we kind of get on, and we laugh and all that stuff, and it's jokes. And then one day we're talking, and so it's me, and there was a kid from Manchester. He's younger than us, and he's just talking like, "How old are you?" And he goes, the black guy goes, he's like, "I'm 46," and we're like, "What?" I honestly, I thought he was like, I was probably about 28, 29 then,
Wow.
and I
Yeah.
thought this guy's the same age as me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that you look at him and go, "Yeah, he's in his 40s." Like, oh, like
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah.
mean, I thought, what do you do? And he goes, nothing. It's just your genes,
Genetics, isn't it? It's genetics, isn't it?
genetics.
Yeah.
So we came up with a topic today
Yeah.
of some of our favorite films.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
First
got a
though,
problem. I've got a problem.
what's the problem?
Got too many.
Yeah, there's just too many, but we could talk about it. But first I want you to talk about the Michael movie. What you thought?
Oh, so I saw it. Okay, yeah. So finally, I saw it. I was in London last week, and I saw it, and it's like weird, right? So I've heard all of the Michael Jackson songs, mostly,
Mm-hmm.
most of the main ones, and every few years, like you kind of go back to them and you listen to them
Mm-hmm.
over and over again,
Yeah.
and it's very weird. So you feel like every time I do that, there's something kind of new I find, or no, something new.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel. So I think I've said before, Billie Jean's probably my favorite
Mm-hmm.
song ever, right? And I was thinking the other day, I listened to it, like I've probably heard it 10,000 times in my life,
Mm-hmm.
but I like it more than I did before, which is
Mm-hmm.
really interesting. One of the things that you kind of realize when you see that film
Mm-hmm.
is there's a couple of things. Firstly, is the idea that inspiration just came to him from God knows where, right? Which is
Yeah.
really interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he didn't come up with every single song, and he didn't come up with every single dance,
No.
and he didn't come up with every single whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he definitely came up with some of the most inspired ones.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
some of the very best songs that he did came from him, which is really
Yeah.
interesting.
And the music
Um,
as well. Yeah.
and the music, and he
Yeah.
didn't know any instruments.
No,
There's the
no.
whole
It's
thing of
from his
him.
head. Yeah.
He was like, he would like just do it. He'd be like, okay, I want it to be like the whatever, and it would just he'd know how to do it,
Yeah.
although he didn't know how to play any instruments,
Mm-hmm.
which for me is like, wow, that's crazy. Secondly, I think you forget that it's not just as a singer or an artist or a whatever that he was amazing. He was amazing as the whole package.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason people like him is he's got great music, uh, great lyrics, could dance better than anyone, put on a show, wore iconic clothes,
Mm-hmm.
came up with just weird stuff that people loved.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if that was just some random guy walking down the road, I don't think like girls would look at him and go, "Oh wow." But because he was who he was, girls were very attracted to him, which was like kind of weird because he looks weird. He doesn't look like a normal. You know, if someone said to you, you know, girls are attracted to a Brad Pitt or whatever, you go, okay, I
Mm-mm.
get that. But being attracted to him is really weird because he's just
Yeah, it's just that he has the aura that people talk about. Like
yeah,
he walks into a room or he walks on stage and it's like,
like yeah,
okay. And there's a clip of him of he walks onto some stage and people are just fainting. Like
yeah,
like you don't ever see that anymore. Like no one does that. No one does that to anyone. Like literally just people just fainting when this when he comes on
yeah,
stage. And he's just standing there. He's not even started singing yet. He's just come on stage,
yeah.
standing.
There's the I think it was in the mid 90s, early 90s. He did the Super Bowl show,
Yes. Yeah, that was mad.
and
Yeah.
he comes on, and he pops out
Yeah.
the stage.
Yeah.
He just stands there like this for a minute.
More than a minute. I think it was more than
He
a
just
minute.
stands there for ages. He
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
move, doesn't do anything, just stands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for all that time, people are screaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
And
don't go
apparently
quiet.
in his earpiece, the producer was like, "What you doing? What you doing? Do something, do something." And he just ignored him.
He just stood there. And then he just moves like
It
this.
moves his
And
head.
people go wild. It's like, wow. So taking all of that of the thing he is,
Yeah.
and Jafar's brilliant, but he's not Michael. So there was that aspect of okay,
Oh,
this guy's obviously really good. He's
he
really,
was
really good.
good. He was
Really
right.
good. Like
Really
out of
good.
his world good, but
Mm,
not Michael. So
okay.
that was a bit of a okay, yeah.
Mm,
He's not quite the same, is he? Oh, which is a me problem, not the problem of the film. Um, I think the story could have been a bit more of a arc to it. And I think a part of the issue was they made him cut a lot out. So apparently
like,
there's this whole other
oh,
stuff about Diana Ross and all of those sorts
all
of
right.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the story goes that Diana Ross was like fell in love with him and stuff, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
a bit of a relationship, and you know they didn't go
Mm-hmm.
into any of those sorts of things, which I think is really interesting. I think she's put her foot down and said, "No, you're not putting me in that film."
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, and it's also interesting that the girl, his daughter, Paris, is
Paris.
it Paris?
Paris. Yeah.
Yeah, she went, "Oh no, I don't think this is." They've
Yeah. She
sugarcoated a
doesn't.
lot of things.
You can never please everyone, and that's not a
No, you
surprise.
can't.
Like you can't.
But
Yeah.
what was interesting, and I think this is the whole relationship with his father was the big thing
Yeah, I
here.
was surprised they made it look like that.
Yeah,
They made him look bad. Yeah.
because in the past, the brothers have all come out, and he came out and said, although yeah, he kind of beat us. Everybody got beats in those
Yeah.
days, and actually, what's the big deal? What he did for us was far more. It was really good for us. It was not bad for us.
Yeah.
So you know the
Yeah.
fact that he would beat us, you know, it's okay because
Mhm.
that's how we got to where we got to. But in this film, they actually made it look like, oh, actually, that's really not nice.
I think that scene was like really like when he's beating
Yeah,
his
it's not
son.
nice. Yeah,
Like to see that on a movie, you don't see stuff like that. You don't see kids get
no,
beaten in a movie, and that was quite
yeah,
a powerful scene.
yeah,
And it was really, I felt really sad for him, in that sense. But I think what's coming out more now is not just because after you get beat, it's not over. It's not like, oh, that's it. The psychological effects of it
yeah,
is long term, forever. And he's psychological, and they did the bit about the nose job
yeah.
because his dad said like, you got a
Oh, you
big
got a big
nose,
nose.
all
Yeah.
right. And I saw a tweet yesterday where in a concert he was on a platform and the platform fell and he burned his hand and he hurt himself, but he carried on singing. Yeah, in this
Wow.
clip, yeah. And later he said, I carried on singing because in my head I can hear my dad saying that people need the show to carry on,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever happens. So like his dad had a big effect on him, psychological effect. Um, so I don't know. It's a complex. The other thing is nothing's black or white, like the
no,
song. Everything's it's complex,
yeah,
It's a complex relationship, and and the other day his dad was saying that um, if I was with him, if I was still in his life, he would have been alive now. This is when he
mm,
said that back in
yeah,
before he died. So Oh, no, yeah. You can't say good or
It is
bad.
complex, yeah, yeah.
He's a complex guy. Yeah, but I
But
thought,
overall, I thought it was really good.
I thought I was blown away by the nephew Jafar's performance. I
Yeah,
was just
he is brilliant.
like how close he was. Like there was times when you don't know, like you think you're looking at Mike, like it was
There's a
just
couple of bits, especially in the performance of Bad. I was
mm,
like, oh, hold on a second. They replaced that's Michael Jackson. They replaced it and they put Michael Jackson in. That's what I thought. Because I
mm,
was like,
yeah,
there's a bit before the Bad performance where
mm,
they show it from behind,
yeah,
from the point of view of the bodyguard Bill, whatever his name is,
yeah.
and he turns around like this, and I'm like,
Mhm.
nah, that's Michael Jackson. I'm still thinking maybe they replaced the face, and that is actually Michael
Mhm.
Jackson because he looked so much like him then,
Yeah.
like really, really a lot like him.
Really a lot like him. And I was impressed by that Motown Billie Jean scene when he does that whole the
Yeah,
moonwalk and everything. Like to
yeah. That
recreate
is really
that,
good.
that was wow. And the amount of, and when you watch interviews with him and stuff, the amount of practicing he did,
He
like,
did that day in day out for 2 years.
yeah, and like obviously the genes are there, that helps, but also the
Yeah,
practice and the effort.
yeah,
And the other thing is like he had access to Michael's diaries and stuff,
yeah.
his writings and what comes out as well, like he used to do a lot of affirmations, Michael, like a lot of
Right.
if you watch the movie,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and that's where it comes from. And I was like, what? He's a deep guy. He's a really
yeah.
deep guy.
He was very, very complex. He was
Mhm.
not like there were so many layers.
Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting because of who he was. Like he'd get angry, but his reaction to that anger would be very
Mhm.
different to like yours and mine.
Mhm.
And I wonder if that's just the upbringing, or that's just who he is, or where that's
Yeah.
coming from. But like you and I, and interesting enough, like his other brothers were probably a lot more quote unquote normal compared to
Mhm.
him,
Mhm.
where he didn't seem to be somebody who was kind of wouldn't deliberately
No,
be nasty.
he wouldn't, but he didn't have a normal upbringing. So his brothers got famous after they become quite
A
old, if
bit
that
more
makes
mature.
sense.
Yeah.
And so they had a childlike life, whereas
Mm,
Michael was like from a child he was
yeah.
famous.
He got famous when he was like 8, 9 or something,
Yeah.
maybe 10.
So yeah, it does that. I don't know, fame and does weird things to people in it.
So one of the interesting things I found out about him, he was like, he spent money like anything. And obviously he made money like crazy as well, because not only from the music, but he
Hmm.
also did some really astute, interesting business deals,
Yeah.
which you kind of don't expect from him for some reason,
Hmm.
because he's a bit
Yes.
childlike. You expect him not
Yeah.
to be like
No.
that. Like
Yeah.
he bought the whole, is it
The
ABC? No, what company is it that had the Beatles
the
records?
Beatles. I don't know, but yeah, he bought
So
the
then
Beatles
obviously the
catalog.
Beatles catalog were part of this
Yeah.
other catalog
Hmm.
of music. So he bought
Hmm.
all of it to get the Beatles as a part of the bigger deal.
Hmm.
Um, and that made him massively rich for ages. He made him so much money, but he
Hmm.
would spend like crazy. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Martin Bashir interview.
Yeah. And the iPlayer interview, what iPlayer, sorry, documentary, that's really good. He was
I haven't seen
spending
it.
$700,000 a week. That was his
Yeah.
expenses.
Well, at one point, he goes into this like
Mm,
weird
I saw that.
antique furniture shop. He's like, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this. It's like there's these two like vase urn things, and they're like, yeah, they're like 150 grand or something, or 98 grand each. And it's like, and he bought two of them, and it's just like nothing. He's just like, buy
Yeah,
it, buy
it's
this,
nothing.
buy this,
Yeah.
buy this. And that kind of weird compulsive behavior is really
Mm.
not normally associated with people who are really good with their money,
No,
but
it's
obviously he
true.
was. So he did say like, oh, my dad taught me really well. He said, you need to invest your money. You can't just waste it. So he said, at first I used to get like 100 grand a month, and I would invest a lot of it. Oh, that's interesting. Which you don't expect from someone like that, right? You don't expect him
No.
to be kind of
No.
savvy or able to make decisions
No.
like that. But he wasn't stupid. He wasn't like
No, he
just
definitely wasn't stupid, but there was. this weirdness. Like I don't know if it was because
Yeah.
of the drugs or something. I don't know. He did do weird stuff in between. So
So like he did this thing where the people were shouting to show him the kid, and he stuck the kid out the window.
oh yeah,
I'm
that
like, why would you do that? Like, I don't care how tightly you're holding the kid.
hmm
I would not stick my kid out of a window.
No,
You
any
wouldn't do
kid.
that.
I know you
No.
wouldn't.
And I'm sure he's like, I wouldn't hurt a kid, and I believe him,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Um, but he still wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be the
No,
move. You might put the kid up to the window and say, "Hey, there's a
yeah,
kid," but you wouldn't kind of dangle him. That's a whole different thing.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think as he got older, he just became a bit weirder. I don't know what happened. Yeah,
Mm,
I haven't seen. Other thing I need to see is that This Is It documentary. You know
yeah, I've seen it
the
before. I've actually got it somewhere.
I want to see that. So apparently, like he still got it. Like he still had his like
Yeah,
musical talent was still showing.
yeah. I mean, you see him doing some of the dances there, and you're like, okay, he's no different. He's a bit older, probably
Mm,
was a bit more tired afterwards, but
mm, yeah,
the talent was definitely still there.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Right.
So you're struggling.
I'm not struggling. I've just got too many, like way too many.
No, top three is hard. It's really
Uh,
difficult.
uh, so
So hang on, before we go, right, what makes a good movie though? Like what makes it to me, it's something that kind of you think about after. And it's deep and you're like and you watch it again. This don't you don't have to watch it again. Like sometimes it's just like it just hits you. For me,
yeah,
great movie is something you think of because we watch so much stuff and you just forget about it.
yeah.
But like a movie is like something you think about after. Like, wow, okay, you know.
So on my list,
Mm,
I think story is the foundation, right? There has to be a
okay,
story there that you're like, okay,
yeah.
that's really interesting, or that's really cool, that's really something really amazing happens there. Um, and I've got quite a variety of different genres, and I've got a list here, which is a whole page, and it
But it's
is
also the emotion it gives you. It's also
the
what how
emotion
you
it gives
express.
you,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think the bit that is interesting for me is that I think there's two things. Or three things. Sorry. There's the story, and that is, something happens to somebody, and then they do something, and then something else happens, and they get out of it, or that's essentially what the story always is, right? So let me give you an example. There's on my list is one of the things is Matrix, right? So the Matrix, we all know the story. Normal guy,
Hmm.
computer programmer, he
Hmm.
realizes the world's not real.
Hmm.
Spoiler alert if someone for some reason not seen The Matrix. Um, and he really realizes the world's not real in the real world. He goes into the real world, and then he kind of, I know kung fu, show me. That happens, and then he then goes back into the computer simulation, and then
Hmm.
tries to get people out of that. Right. So that's
Yeah.
the story. Something happens, something happens. But actually, it's two other things that make it magical. One is
Hmm.
the characters and the things that they do and say.
Hmm.
So what makes them cool, what makes them interesting, what makes you relate to them, what makes you want to be
Hmm.
like them. And then, if I'm honest, the third thing is something like intangible that I can't really tell you what it is. So, for instance, again, using two examples from my list, Django, right, from Django Unchained, is nothing like Aragon from Lord of the Rings, right?
Hmm.
But they've both got something which makes me want to go, right, they're cool. There's something about them. Um, and a part of that, I think there is something to do with being brave. Maybe that's a big thing,
Hmm.
or maybe that's what I see, or being standing up for something,
Hmm.
or there's something to do with righteousness in there, maybe. Because even characters like, have you seen Taxi Driver?
Yes.
Taxi Driver, like the character is horrible,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? He's just a horrible person. He's not something you want to
Mm.
meet. He's not someone you want to
Mm.
talk to. He's a bit of a psycho, but he still does that redeeming thing of trying to rescue that girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that there's something about that that makes you go, actually, maybe he's not that bad.
Yeah.
And there's something in that. Really, there's something
Hmm.
in that. And actually, the other thing that I've realized is there's films that you can go, back to and watch over and over again.
Mm.
And there's other films that you kind of don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
despite them being brilliant. So on my
Yeah.
list, like there's films like Taxi Driver. Um, there's another one that I was thinking, Taxi Driver. Um, there's one other one that I was just thinking of that. Usual Suspects.
Mm.
Scarface. Right, I love those films. Don't really like watching them that often.
No.
But there's films like, I don't know, Back to the Future or Lord of the Rings, or
Mm-hmm.
have you seen a book called Green Book?
No.
The film called Green Book, brilliant, brilliant film. I could watch it over and over again, over and over, even like Shawshank. And maybe it's just that feeling of like happy ending that you think, okay, it's going to be okay in the end, therefore you're okay watching it. But if you watch Taxi Driver, you're like, nothing's okay in the end.
No.
Or
I
Scarface,
mean,
nothing's okay in the end.
I did a Google search. If you go to IMDb top
Yeah,
250 movies,
yeah,
that gives you a really good list of something to go on.
200.
Just do IMDb top movies and it comes up.
Should I show you my list first?
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm starting. So there's a rule I have, right, where
Okay.
most films that have the same characters and the same story, but
Mm-hmm.
are over multiple films, I'm counting as one film.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
is one film in three parts.
Yeah.
It's the same story that just continues on and on,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Same as Godfather. Godfather is actually slightly, although it's a bit mangled up in the middle, it's the same
Yeah.
story of the same family that just goes on. It's not
Yeah.
like three different. Whereas Indiana Jones is the three different stories despite being the same person.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of that first film, that story is done. He goes off and does something else then,
Yeah.
right?
They're three
So
different movies.
there's
Yeah.
a different and like same with Batman, right? So Batman is essentially one film in three parts.
Yeah.
And by Batman, I always mean the Christopher Nolan Batmans. They're the only ones that count as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So the Avengers is my number 30, right? So the Avengers, by that I mean, I like most of the Marvel Cinematic
Mm-hmm.
Universe, the first kind of few.
Mm-hmm.
I like most of them, but the ones that I'm counting are Avengers. What's second Avengers called? Age of Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
Endgame. No, not Endgame. What's the one before Endgame?
I don't know. I'm not really a Marvels fan. I
Oh no,
like
what's it
Marvel.
called? Huh?
Endgame,
No,
Age of Ultron, Endgame. What's the other one?
no, the one before Endgame. Infinity War
Oh, Infinity
and
War. Yeah.
Endgame, right? So
Okay.
those are really
Yeah.
the Avengers films. So I really like those. Although I think they're the best ones, despite all the
Mm-hmm.
other ones that are good as well. You know, the Iron Man's great, Thor's great,
Yeah.
Captain America, all that is good.
Yeah.
29 is The Departed.
When you say twin, are you doing top 30?
I'm doing top 30 now. I'm not going to go
What
into
the
details on
hell?
all of these. I told you, I started writing, I couldn't stop. Toy Story, Terminator
Okay.
2, Green Mile,
What two again? What two?
Terminator 2.
Terminator. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Mile. Yeah.
Green Mile, American History X,
Yeah.
Fight Club, Shawshank. Can't read my own writing. What the hell have I written there? I have no idea what I wrote there. Django, Taxi Driver, Green Book, LA Confidential, Scarface, Heat, Usual Suspects, Braveheart, Good Will Hunting, Indiana Jones and the Temple. Not Indiana Jones and the first one, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Surely,
Yes.
Saving Private Ryan, Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Batman Begins, Batman Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises, Mary Poppins, Matrix, Gladiator, Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, Lord of the Rings, The Godfather 1 and 2.
Where did Mary Poppins come from?
It's a great film. I love that film. I can watch that
Okay.
film like, over and over again all day long. It's a
Okay.
bit different from some of the others.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
What is it that I've written here that I can't make out what I wrote? It's really annoying. You talk amongst yourself. I'm just going to
We'll
work out
talk
what
about
I've
some
written.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't have 30. I got that.
Go
Got a few. I think you got a lot of films there, but like surely like there's just like a 3 or 4 that are just like
Oh
stand
yeah,
out.
the top ones. The Godfather is my favorite film. Godfather one,
Okay.
and then Godfather two.
Yeah, yeah.
Godfather three, I've only probably seen once. And I thought shit.
Mm,
Oh sorry, excuse me, rubbish. Lord of the Rings. Like I said, I could watch Lord of the Rings extended edition
yeah,
like once a month. It's just brilliant. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the
yeah,
story. I love the
yeah,
characters. I love the way they speak.
yeah.
It's just epic. Goodfellas. Goodfellas again, brilliant. I like everything about
That
it.
is a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction. I've got a friend almost, and like when I see him, we can quote Pulp Fiction to each other. Right? We just
Mm,
like talk Pulp Fiction, like
mm.
quote it back and forth. Gladiator, Matrix. Those are the top six, and I think they are like my favorite films.
I think films come and go in your life. Like there's times um when you think this film is amazing, and then you get older
Yeah,
and you look back and you think, don't know if it was. I think Pulp Fiction is probably one of those for me. At the time, I thought it was amazing.
really. Yeah.
Now I just think it's a bit gross, and a bit OTG. Same for Reservoir Dogs. They were good at the time.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs
I'd
are
say
definitely find a bit like, oh,
it's a bit much, yeah.
it's a bit
Uh,
silly.
yeah.
But now I think I still quite like that one. That's one of the few ones that I still quite like.
There's films that sometimes are timeless, like no matter what age you are,
Yeah,
and you think this is a good movie. Okay. Um, for me, and then also films that you spoke about for ages, you're going on about, you're
yeah.
studying it, you're watching, looking at
Matrix.
everything about. Matrix was that one.
We used to talk
That's the
about
one.
Matrix all the time. Like it came out
Hmm.
when we were in uni,
Yeah,
and
I
I
know.
think it came
Concept.
out when we were in what was the first SEFP, right? Which was our first
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
year.
yeah.
And I remember like there was we used to hang out, you, me, and
Hmm.
then there was that obviously Osman, and then there was that
Hmm.
other guy,
Hmm.
the British African guy whose name was Addy. Do you remember Addy?
The name sounds familiar. Oh, no.
He did SCFP with us, and then he went.
Okay,
He
yeah,
didn't remain in uni. And
yeah.
there was Lena and Mona, right?
Hmm.
They were the people like we hung out with most. I remember just having the longest conversations about Matrix
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it
because it
was
was just like,
so
oh
deep.
wow,
Yeah, yeah. And every scene there's a meaning to it.
yeah,
Every line was analyzed, I remember. And like every theory and so on. And I remember the Matrix 2 came out and then every line was analyzed, as I said. And that maybe he meant this, maybe he meant that. And when they said
yeah,
this,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
so I just it was just so much hype around it. And then I didn't like Matrix Revolutions. I've
Mm,
completely like I was so disappointed. I don't know why. I don't know. I was expecting too much maybe. And then they did the Matrix recently, a couple of years ago. Yeah, they shouldn't have done
it
that.
might have been the worst thing I've ever seen.
They
They
shouldn't have been.
ruined a legendary kind of
Mhm.
franchise, if that's the right word.
But
I don't count it. It's just it doesn't count. It's just
the after effects of the Matrix, and even now when I teach computer science, I still talk about it.
the
Kids
Wet
still talk
Matrix.
about it. Talk about like in terms of like what's real, what's virtual.
You say,
Uh,
are you paying attention, or are you looking at the woman in the red dress?
um, but yeah, that it's just any computer geek like
And
would
here's the
talk
thing,
about it.
right? So it came at a
Mm,
funny time. So we are a weird generation when we went from
mm,
a very analog world to a
yeah,
digital world,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in a
So it
world
was
where
like,
our childhood
mm,
there were computers, but not really. They
mhm,
weren't a big part of our life, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I would spend our weekly screen time would be maybe
yeah.
2 hours max,
Mm,
max.
mm,
Like
mm,
probably way less than actually, probably like
yeah,
an
yeah,
hour a week,
yeah,
right? I would
yeah.
be allowed to go in front of the computer, or I'd need the computer somewhere.
Mm-hmm,
Then
mm-hmm,
around 94, 95
mm-hmm,
ish,
mm-hmm,
the internet really came along in a big way. And if the internet hadn't come along, the Matrix wouldn't be possible. There would be no conversation about the Matrix if the internet didn't exist.
So it's all time.
And within 3 years, you went from essentially no Matrix to the ideas of having a world that existed within a computer network.
Yeah,
And those worlds do exist now, right? So
yeah,
people
they
who
do.
out there play GTA, they
Yeah, yeah,
spend
they're
loads of
in it.
times in there. And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's a guy I see sometimes on YouTube, right? His
Hmm.
name's Steve the Gamer.
Hmm.
And he basically lives in GTA
Yeah,
5.
yeah,
Like he's like, I've got all this money and I've got these are the cars I've got. I'm gonna go to this shop now and I'm gonna go pick up something and I'm gonna go to this place. I've tried to change the wheels of my car. It's like,
yeah.
hold up, bro. You're probably living in
Yes.
some place in America
This is
somewhere. It's
why.
nothing like this. It's really
So,
interesting.
so I said to read Ready Player One or watch the movie Ready Player One
Yeah,
because it is based around that idea that
yeah.
we just
Ready Player One, I've seen it and it is really good.
everyone just lives in a virtual world. And it's the idea that like what we see is not everything it puts into question. Like, are we in a
Yeah.
simulation? All of that stuff got
And
got pulled into
in a
it.
way, so apparently the whole idea of it came from a book called Simulation and Simulacra, right? Which was the
Mm,
point of that was it was a philosophical book going,
mhm.
how do we know whether the things that we see and feel and hear
Yeah, yeah,
are actually real or they're some sort of simulation?
yeah,
And it's kind of an Islamic idea as well.
yeah, yeah.
So the fact that this world isn't real, this is not the real world that we're living in, right? We're
Mm,
living in our souls are living in some sort of avatar, which is
yeah,
our
yeah.
body,
That's true. Yeah,
and nothing here is consequential.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that is a very Islamic idea, right?
It is.
It's
It
basically the
is.
Matrix.
It is basically. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um.
Right, go on. What's your list?
So I think. I think yeah, Matrix is there, but my top movie is Back to the Future.
Yeah, I love
It's
Back to the Future.
something. It's just something that as a child, like I was just fascinated with, and even now, like it's nostalgic. Like the stuff. It's the
Mm,
80s. The car, the DeLorean, everything about it.
yeah, I
It's
love that
just
car.
so much nostalgia in it. And then Michael J. Fox was so good in that movie.
He was brilliant.
Um, So it's one of those where it's timeless in the sense that when I was a kid, I enjoy it. When I was, adult, I'm still would enjoy it,
Yeah, I'd
if
still
I
watch that.
watched it. I'd still might maybe read up about it, like
Yeah.
any backstories or whatever about it. So that would be my top.
So
Um,
so it's interesting because people obviously Back to the Future One is probably the best one.
mm,
And then people really like Back to the Future 2. Some people didn't like Back to the Future 3. I loved all of them. I think they're
yeah, I
all
loved all of
brilliant.
them as well. I think they're
I think
all
they're all
connected.
brilliant. They're all
They were,
connected. They're like that
yeah,
idea of this is actually one film. It's just happening over
yeah, yeah,
three different things.
yeah,
Um, and I like all of them. Like if I
yeah.
gave the first one a 9,
Mm,
maybe even a 9.5, I'd give
mm,
2 and 3 eight and
mm,
a halves.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So they are just brilliant, brilliant films. They're
It's
in
a
my top
brilliant
10,
movie.
just about. Yeah.
And then yeah, I think as well, like you had to be at that age to
Yeah.
appreciate it more. Um, uh, so that yes, and the other movie is I thought Dark Knight. You didn't mention Dark Knight. I think Dark
Yeah.
Knight when I
I
first saw it.
it's in my
Oh yeah,
Batman
it's
trilogy.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dark
Yeah.
Knight. Well, that was just like wow, just wow. Is that the one with Heath Ledger? I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember
Yeah. Yeah.
thinking
That's the one with Heath Ledger.
that's
Yeah.
Heath
Yeah.
Ledger.
Dark
Heath
Knight
Ledger
is
was
just.
just yeah. So that's as a movie, just as a Batman movie, that stands out for me.
So
Um,
I think you could make an argument,
mm,
and you wouldn't get that much challenge on it. Best comic book film,
mm,
best superhero film,
hmm.
maybe even best action film.
What? Dark Knight?
Yeah,
Oh, all three. Yeah, yeah.
I can't think. I mean, in terms of action films, the only action film that I think that stands up to it is, I mean, some of the Marvel action films are
Hmm.
really good. They're action
Hmm.
films, right? They're really good, and some of
Yeah.
the comic book films are really good. But I think as a comic book film and as an
Hmm.
action film, Dark Knight is better. Um, I think The Matrix stands up to it in terms of action film.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, the fight scenes. We didn't mention the
Yeah,
fight scenes,
the
mate.
fight
Oh
scenes.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. Which are just. I mean, the first time you saw that, the first.
Yeah,
Sorry, we're going to go back a
yeah.
bit now.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I
very
forgot
first
about
scene of that
that.
was just like, what? What is going on?
And then everyone copied after that.
Everybody
All the
copied it.
movies copied
It's
it
bullet
after that.
time. They did it
Everything.
for real. They did it in as parody. They did it as comedy.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
did it
yeah,
as
yeah,
everything. The
yeah.
whole bit where she just goes, jumps up like that, and then the
Mm.
camera goes. Zzz.
Yeah.
No one's ever done that before. That was
Mm,
never ever been done.
mm,
That's just brilliant. And the bit where they go into that building to rescue Morpheus
mm.
and they shoot up the
Oh
lobby.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
The
is one of
lobby
the
scene.
all-time great
The
films. That
lobby
is
scene.
just
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That is the best scene ever. Yeah.
Although going back to
Um,
Dark Knight, it might
mm.
have one of the best opening scenes of any film ever.
Is that where he
When they're doing a
robs
bank robbery,
robbery? The
yeah,
bank robbery. Yes, yes, yeah,
the
yeah.
Joker's doing the bank
Yes.
robbery, and
Again, it
he's
just
like,
draws you in from the start.
yeah. And the
Another
one thing I wanted
movie.
to mention about Back to the Future that sorry, we're kind of jumping all over the place, but it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Go on.
That was the first time I thought, oh, like like certain things like mess with your head.
Hmm.
It's the first time I really got my head around, oh, this is a paradox.
Yeah.
What could happen if you went back
Yeah.
and you killed your own grandfather?
Mm.
You wouldn't exist. So you couldn't
Yeah.
go back and kill what?
Yeah. So those kind of thoughts would never occur to you back
Yeah,
then.
right. So, but
Unless it's
now, if you think about it, it's like if his mother fell in love with him, he would then not exist,
yes.
and then he couldn't come back to the future or
Yeah.
back to the past, and therefore he wouldn't do that. So it's like, oh, okay,
Because so that's what it's educational as well because
yeah,
he has a picture which starts to disappear. Do
yeah,
you remember?
yeah, yeah.
Fade away.
Mm.
So it's yeah. So all of that stuff. It's just an educational experience, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. One that has been mentioned, I think, The Lion King. I
Oh,
just
that's a brilliant film. That
as
is
a
a brilliant film.
story,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
message, as a movie, it's just, and I loved the live action version as well, and the sequel, Mufasa,
Oh, I haven't seen that. Is that
is
good?
really good. Yeah, because it gives the backstory of his uncle,
Why
why
Scar
is
doesn't like Mufasa?
why they turn bad, um, and and all of that, the story, why it's so good because it comes from Shakespeare. I can't remember which play,
Hamlet.
but
It's
it's
Hamlet.
Hamlet. Yeah. So, but it's just so well made, and it's just a great story. It makes you think.
I haven't
So
looked that up. I think it's Hamlet.
I think it might be right. Yeah.
I like
Um.
I like the baboon.
Yes.
He's one of my
The
favorite
old the
characters.
old guy. Yeah. The old guy. Um.
uh,
So yeah,
when he
Lion
says
King.
Asante Sana squash banana. That bit, he's brilliant. I love that guy.
But if we stick with the cartoon films, yes, Toy Story. That
Toy
was
Story,
just
yeah. Do you know why
that's
I put down Toy Story? For
mhm,
me, there's three that I really really liked. Right,
mhm.
there is Lion King, Toy Story, and Aladdin.
Oh
And the
man, I forgot
problem,
about
yeah,
Aladdin.
the
Yeah,
problem with Aladdin is if you
yeah,
look back at it, it is ridiculously racist. It's one of those ones
yes,
where you
yeah,
look back
yeah,
at you, oh, hold on a second, this is really problematic.
yeah,
It's just like bare dodgy. It's like, why
yeah,
is an Arab princess dressed like that? Have you ever
yeah,
seen an
yeah,
Arab princess
yeah.
or an Arab woman? Full stop. Right? It's like
Yeah,
make your
okay,
mind up.
yeah,
Why has an Arab got a tiger?
yeah. And it just look, you
It's
can't. It's a cartoon,
the
man. You
foreignness
can't.
of it.
You just
Yeah.
can't.
Anyway,
Yeah.
um, and then so the only reason I put Toy Story above Lion King is
Mm,
Toy Story has got the three films really. I mean, I'm only counting the three. The four I
mhm,
didn't really connect with,
mhm.
and it's really about growing up.
Yeah.
And it that idea that you have these worlds that you create as a kid,
Yeah.
and then because you kind of grow out of them, you adapt
Mm,
out of them,
mm,
your world changes, and therefore you
yeah.
don't need those worlds anymore. And that is really kind
I
of
think that's
hard
what brought it
hitting.
home because I
Yeah,
remember, like, you remember in your childhood when your toys were your little
that's the best
world,
thing in the world. Yeah,
and as you grow, we forget all that,
yeah.
you grow out
And
of
we don't
them,
play
but
like that when we're
we
bigger.
don't.
We play becomes like either sport or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever else. You might play computer games, but computer
yeah.
games are not like toys. They're not the same
No,
thing at all.
you give your
Yeah,
toys personalities and
yeah.
stuff like that, and yeah, it's mind blowing.
So I've only ever cried in two films. I'm not
Okay,
a crier. I know you've never cried, but I'm not a crier.
fine. Yeah, go on. Yeah,
So a cry in Toy Story 3 when they're going to get incinerated. I
yeah.
genuinely were like really upset. And I'm like, why am I feeling so upset at this? Right. I remember sitting there going, like, because I saw that in the theater as well. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting there going, why is this making me cry? I don't know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen worse things happen in a film.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen sadder things happen. And I'm like, but
Mm-hmm.
genuinely, like, tears coming down my face. I was like, okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
really sad. Don't show,
Mm-hmm.
quick, don't show anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it had that effect on me. So Toy Story for me, kind of just, although the whole Lion King is in a way sadder because his dad dies, um,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty heartbreaking as well. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, spoiler alert if you didn't know in Lion King that the dad dies.
Yeah, that was really sad. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
was genuinely upsetting.
and so the other thing. Oh, I have to mention oh, I just remembered Finding Nemo. I forgot about that.
Oh, Finding
Finding
Nemo is really
Nemo
good.
was so
Yeah,
good.
Finding.
I forgot. Um, yes, Terminator movies, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
T2. I had
I
T2.
just I understood them older. Like obviously at the time I was too young. Terminator 1 came out 84, Terminator 2 came out 91 or something,
Yeah,
92,
something like
right?
that. Yeah,
So I was at the time I was probably too young to understand. I do remember vaguely watching it, but it was only when I watched it years later I
right.
was like, wow, what a story. And
Yeah, brilliant
and
story.
what's crazy is that it's kind of what the film said is kind of happened like now, with
Yeah.
the AI stuff. It's
So when I ask something of ChatGPT, I always say
Mm.
please and thank you because hopefully they'll remember and be nice to me when they take over.
But again, it's so well put together, the
Yeah,
cleverness about the time travel and how the first movie links to the second one and all of that
yeah.
is just and to come up with the concept and to make it
James
make
Cameron's brilliant.
sense
Yeah,
is just like wow.
and
And
it's like
then
it, it's weird as well because the fact that they came up with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
mm,
who already talks a bit like a robot, right? He's got a
yes,
weird accent. He's a bit
yes.
robotic.
Yeah, he was made for
And
that.
like
Yeah.
Basically, James Cameron told Arnie, no, no, no,
Hmm.
because Arnie was doing all these like speech therapies and like trying to get him to speak differently, because he wanted to be in films, and he was like, people were
Hmm.
saying to him, "You're never going to get in films because no one understands what you're saying." He
Hmm.
said, "No, no, no, don't do any of that. I want you to speak exactly as you do." And he went, "Oh, brilliant! This works really well." So
Yeah,
when he
iconic.
comes up and he goes, "I need your boots, your jacket, and your
Yeah,
motorcycle,"
yeah.
it was just perfect because
It was perfect. Yeah, yeah.
for that character, that just worked really
It
well.
was. It was. Um, there's
There's a
another
there's a,
movie in
there's a
my
scene
head.
in T2
Yeah,
where what's the lady's name?
No.
Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, what was the character's name?
I thought that was whatever her name is. I
Mm,
think she has a dream or a daydream or something, and she sees a
mm,
nuclear bomb going off,
Oh yes, yeah, yeah,
and then she grabs the chain fence,
yeah, yeah.
and all of a sudden you just hear go, and it hits her, and you just
Uh-huh.
see a skeleton and arms like this.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh, when I was a kid and I saw that,
yeah,
I wasn't a kid, I was probably like
yeah, yeah,
15, 16. I
yeah,
saw that, I was like, whoa, oh my God, need to
yeah.
never have a nuclear war. That's so bad. It had exact effect.
And
I think that intended.
yeah, and the bad Terminator was it T?
T1000. T1000 is brilliant.
Those special effects
Yeah.
back then were like
Oh,
wow,
1990.
like
The melting metal was just
and
ridiculous.
it looked really scary, like it looked really scary and stuff. So
Yeah.
everything was just put together so well in that movie. Um, okay, what else was it? I think Gladiator needs a mention. That's
Yeah.
in my top. It's just got every and Russell Crowe
It is
makes that
epic. Yeah.
movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Russell
Yeah. Yeah.
Crowe makes that
Yeah.
movie. And
The whole "Are you not entertained?" That's
are
just
you not
there's so
into
many
so
lines
many?
from that. There's so
I
many
saw,
lines from that
I
you
saw
could
the
you could
sequel. I didn't think it was
no
that
rubbish.
great. They tried to, but you can't. you can't get another Russell Crowe. Just that's the problem.
Yeah,
Um,
the whole Maximus Decimus Meridius,
you still remember,
commander of the
but
Phoenix Legions,
yeah, yeah.
loyal to the one real king. Then he goes, murdered son,
Yes.
husband to a murdered
What?
wife,
Yes.
and I will have my vengeance in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
life or
yeah.
the next. And you're like, whoa!
Whoa, that was
It
yeah,
was literally like, oh my god,
yeah.
that
Um,
that Prince guy's gonna get battered.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, it's just memorable movies because we watch so many things that just go above our heads. Another one I want to mention, Rambo. I
Oh,
really
Marambo, okay.
liked the Rambo movies.
Better than Rocky? Not the same. They're very different. But
I
Rocky's
think
something that
better.
I would consider putting in my top 30, maybe. That I've
Uh,
got here.
they're all very different, isn't it? Rocky movies, yeah, I would say Rambo's better because if you watch the first Rambo now, and he's it's more like a psychological thing. Like when you watch it
Yeah.
now, because he comes back from the war and he's
Oh, yeah.
messed up in the head, but he's got these amazing skills still, and
Yeah.
and you can. I'm trying to remember the movie. It's been a while since I watched it, but then I remember watching the sequels, and I really enjoyed the sequels. There was the
Yeah.
one Afghanistan one that was
Yeah. Which is, oh, hold up a second. We're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that whole thing because they were the heroes.
um,
The Mujahideen were the heroes.
yeah, yeah. There's too, see what I mean? There is too many, but I'm just kind of mentioning like movies that are just memorable. It's hard to pick a
Yeah.
top three.
Yeah.
As I said, my top is Back to the Future. The other one I want to mention is Inglorious Bastards, which I watched quite recently,
That's quite
and
good. Yeah.
wow, that guy who plays the Nazi
Oh,
general.
Lambda.
Oh my
And
days, that
he's
was
literally one of the all-time greatest actors. He's so, so good.
yeah.
He's just
Um,
like, have you ever seen that interview with Jamie Foxx? And he
no.
kind of describes like the way he works. And he goes, I was
Mm-hmm.
working with him in Django,
Mm, mm,
and because Leonardo was there, and I was like
mm,
going to Leonardo, what's he doing? He was just standing there going,
mm,
uh, like, patience, gentlemen, please. He says something like
mm,
that, or
mm,
calm, gentlemen, please. And he's like, he's saying it to himself, and he's like coming out with weird things. And like, Jamie Foxx goes up to Leonardo DiCaprio and goes, what the hell is he doing? And Leonardo goes, don't worry, let's just see what he's got. And then he goes, he's like doing it for ages. And then all of a
mm,
sudden he goes, right, I'm ready. And he comes up and he does it and he goes, just blows everyone away. Everyone's like, oh my God, that was
mm.
perfect. That was just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
exactly how you want it. And it creates something or does something which is like captivating,
Yes, yes. Just
which
that
is
performance. Yeah,
going back to that Michael Jackson thing,
yeah,
where Michael
yeah,
Jackson will do something very small,
yeah,
turn his
yeah,
head, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
captivating,
Hmm.
right? It's that
Yeah.
it's that doing a hee hee, and everybody goes, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" It's just a little thing that I don't know what it is. It's intangible,
Hmm.
right? I don't know why it is,
No, I know,
but it
I know, I
is.
know.
It's like when in Inglorious Bastards when he goes, "That's a bingo," right?
Mhm.
And you're like, that just works.
Yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's no explanation. You
There's
can't
no
explain it.
explanation. There isn't.
Just
It's
works.
like in going back to Taxi Driver. We spoke about that earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's that famous scene in Taxi Driver who goes, "You talking to me?
Hmm.
Talking to me?
Yeah,
No one else here. You talking?" And it's like
yeah,
you
yeah,
talking to me. 4 words.
yeah.
But he just says it in different ways and
Yeah.
makes funny faces in front of a camera, in front of
Hmm.
a mirror.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, one of the all-time iconic scenes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's so many movies. When you go to the IMDb
Yep.
list, they're just like Jurassic
Like I
Park.
said, I've got like 30 of them
Goodness
here.
me. Jurassic Park. I mean, they're all great movies. What else have I got? I think that's it really. Should we mention like Bollywood movies? There's been a few
Oh,
that I would say.
so there
I think
are the top five. I
go
can do
on
a top
then.
five
Okay.
pretty quickly.
Okay.
Um, I think Rang de Basanti,
Yes.
which I don't know if you've seen that.
I have, and I need to watch it again. It's been a while.
It is
Well done.
brilliant. It is Amar
Yeah,
Khan's
I've
best
heard
film.
about it. I've heard
It
about it.
is
Yeah.
really, really, genuinely
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Um, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Yes.
Then we're going to go old school, Pakiza.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
Pakiza is
Yeah.
I'll explain it in a second.
Mm.
Mughal-e Azam,
I haven't
and then
seen it.
Surely. Surely.
Yeah, yeah, surely I've
Mughal
seen
e
it. Yeah,
Azam is really interesting because it's based on Akbar, who is so basically Akbar is played by Raj Kapoor's dad.
yeah,
So Raj Kapoor is Ranbir Kapoor's uh, grandfather. So
yeah.
it's Ranbir Kapoor's great grandfather plays
Hmm. Hmm.
Akbar. So the
Hmm.
story is that Akbar is this massive emperor of the whole of India,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he has this son, and he has a son after a long time, and he names him Salim. Um, so basically, Salim is a bit of a he's a
Hmm.
bit rubbish. He grows up and he's a
Hmm.
drunkard and he's
Yeah, yeah.
rubbish. So he sends him off to war. So he goes
Hmm.
off to war and he comes back and he's got great victories and all this sort of stuff. And he comes back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's like, "Oh, you're gonna be the jewel of the crown of the
yeah,
Mughal Empire, right? You're gonna be
yeah, yeah.
amazing." Because he's now not like a
Hmm.
drunken. He's
Hmm.
a great warrior now. But what happens is he there's this woman in the court who's a servant essentially,
Hmm.
and he falls in love with her.
Hmm.
But like, how can a prince marry this woman?
Yeah,
And then it's one of those films like that's the story,
yeah,
but the characters and the way they speak and the way they
yeah.
like, you do feel like you're in that era
Yeah, right. What's the name of
because
this
they'll say
movie?
things. Mughal Azam,
Mughal. Okay,
like
yeah, yeah,
super
yeah.
super famous, like one of the
Yeah, I
all-time
know.
greats.
Yeah,
And it's got amazing songs and it's got
yeah.
amazing acting. And
Yes.
then there's that intangible thing of like, there's something about it which is feels a little bit magical.
Right.
And
Great.
and
Yeah.
it is, and then there's the story of the film, which is a bit magical as well,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
it took them ages to make it. It was
Yes.
ridiculously expensive for the time.
Yeah. It took years, didn't it? Yeah. To
The
make.
two, the hero and the heroine,
Yeah.
were in love and were going to get married,
Hmm.
and then something happened and they broke up,
Yeah.
and then they still had to do the film together, and they hated each other. But the film is just,
Okay. Yeah.
as the kids would say, it's fire. I
Yeah.
mean, it's very old school, so it's not
Yes,
like a
of course.
modern Bollywood film. It
No, no,
feels very
but a
different.
story is a
But
good
it
story,
is,
isn't it?
as the
Yeah.
story is the story. And Pakiza is the other one. Pakiza feels like really poetic. So
Okay.
Pakiza is about basically there's this noble, he's Nawab,
Yeah, yeah.
and he has an affair with this lady, and
Hmm.
then he can't marry her
Yeah.
because she's got a lady of ill disrepute.
Hmm.
Is that the right thing to say? Ill disrepute, ill
Yeah.
repute, disrepute, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So then he takes her home, and her dad says, "Are you crazy? You can't marry her. She's dodgy.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
get her out." But what happens is she's gonna have a baby.
Hmm.
So she has this baby, and the baby's born in a.
I might watch it. I might watch it. Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Okay.
It's and like it's one of those things. Again, the story's cool. The
Yeah.
characters are amazing. So there's a lady called Meena
Yeah.
Kumari, who is the actress in it,
Hmm.
and her acting is like
Yeah. Yeah.
probably the all-time greatest Indian actress. Like she's just legendary. She's like such a good actor, and you genuinely feel like, what was her fault? What did she
Hmm.
do? Why is she being punished in this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely worth watching. And obviously, Sholay is brilliant. Sholay all rounder
You know,
is probably the
Sholay,
best.
I think it's been how many years, but no,
So it came out, I think, in '78.
yeah, but they showed it in the cinema here a couple of months ago, and I
Oh,
went to see it in
really?
the cinema. Yeah,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
but what was the reason why it was in the cinema? 'Cause someone died. Someone in it
Oh,
died. Who
Dharminder
was?
died. Dharminder
Dharminder
died.
died. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was for that reason, I think.
yeah.
So watching, I think they need to show old movies in cinemas. Maybe there's not enough demand for it, but
Yeah,
I think people will go because it's
I
a
think they
different
people would go.
experience. It's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
different
definitely.
experience. Um,
I wonder if you can upscale some of those films like from the '40s and the '50s and '60s.
yeah.
What you really realize is Bollywood cinema has kind of gone forward in lots of ways, but
Mm.
gone backwards in those are the basics of telling a story and
Yeah,
having that characterization and amazing dialogue and
there is some.
poetic songs and that magical thing. They lost that. They lost that a
There
long time ago.
there are some like really standout stuff, but you gotta pick and choose out of the hundreds of crap
Yeah, they make too
movies you
many crap
gotta
films.
find.
That's their issue.
And
Yeah.
there's one in my list that I really liked was Alia Bhatt movie. It was the first one. Uh, what's the name? What's the name? Where she gets taken away as hostage and she falls in love with the hostage taker. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, bit of a Stockholm syndrome type situation.
Highway. It's called Highway. And when I
Oh,
first saw
okay.
that, I was like, what a movie! And she's an amazing actress as well. Um, so like there's some stand-up movies, and I just noticed IMDb number 250. There's a movie there called Drishyam.
Right.
I would really recommend that. Again, it's just an amazing movie. It made it into the IMDb top 250.
Who's in this
Um,
tradition?
um, RJ Deppon's in it, but
Right.
it's more the story which
Yeah.
blows you away, and it's taken from a South Indian movie. And you
Oh,
know the
okay.
South Indians, they make some like their
Good stories.
storytelling
Yeah, storytelling
is
is really good.
amazing, and it only
Yeah.
becomes famous when Bollywood remake it, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously Bollywood's bigger, but their stories they have are just mind-blowing. And I think
Mm.
that's what movies are essentially, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
storytelling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
And
storytelling
like
more than anything else.
it's a good story can just
So, have you seen Rangda or something?
no, I need to watch
You
that now.
haven't? Oh my God, you have to watch that.
I
That
need to
is
watch that.
really, really
I've
good.
seen Three Idiots. Yeah, that was really good.
Three Idiots is really good. So the only issue I have with Three Idiots is it's a bit inconsistent.
Yeah,
It's like
it
when Amir
does.
Khan comes in, he comes in looking, it's like there's something wrong with him. He's like he's disabled or something.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
very first few scenes, it's like, okay, he's going to be a Forrest Gump or a Rain Man
yeah,
type of situation.
yeah, yeah.
Then, like, it goes into the, oh no, this is really tragic because that guy
Mhm,
dies,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
And you're like, oh, it's a tragedy. It's a,
mhm, mhm,
what's that film with Dead Poets Society? It's like a Dead Poets
mhm.
Society
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Oh no, it's tragic, guy dies.
yeah.
Then it kind of goes into the story of,
Mhm,
be education for the sake of education. Stop trying to
mhm.
push kids too much. So it's like, make your mind up.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Choose
all
one
over.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's the only reason it's not in my top five. Because actually,
mhm,
genuinely, everything else is really good.
yeah. I think American movies generally are
Oh,
just like
yeah.
wow.
I think
Like
in the modern era, he's the best actor.
yeah, yeah.
Comes out with the best stories, I think, and he is the best acting ability. Although I think Shah Rukh Khan's a bigger star.
Oh yeah, he's a bigger star, but that's
Yeah,
because it's the female fans in it. Once you've got the female fans,
which is weird because he's not that good looking. Let's be honest. They're
um,
funny looking, but he's definitely a massive, and he definitely has that. The X Factor, the thing that we were talking about before. He
aura.
definitely
He's got the aura.
aura
He's got
is
the X
crazy.
factor. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And you can't explain it. You can't
no,
quantify it.
you don't know
It's
why.
just someone just has it, isn't it? When they go into a
I mean,
room.
if you see pictures of him from like the mid 80s and you just see a picture of him, he just looks like a normal Indian kid
Yeah.
with slightly long hair,
Hmm.
a nice smile, some dimples and
Hmm.
whatnot.
Yeah.
But there's still, even in those pictures, there's something about him. They go, oh, okay, there's something
Hmm.
different about this guy,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
which is not a lot of people have,
Hmm. Hmm.
which is obviously why they're massive stars.
Um, an actor in Bollywood who's a bit left field, but his films are amazing, right? And he doesn't get the credit he deserves. It's called Ayushmann Khurrana.
Right.
And do you know who I'm
No.
talking about? You've probably seen his face. Look him up. Ayushmann
Right.
Khurrana.
So,
He made a film called Andhadhun, right? Which might be on Netflix still. I don't know. Andhadhun. Again, it was just one of those movies. I watched it. I'm just like,
oh,
wow.
yeah, I know. I've seen him. Yeah.
He generally makes really good movies. They're not traditional Bollywood movies. They're just amazing
Is it because he's
stories.
blind? Is it
He's
one why he's
blind, yeah.
blind? Yeah.
Yeah, he's blind. It's just random films that just like you just wow. But yeah, it's too much to watch. It's hard to no, there's too much to watch, but also it's hard to find something worth watching. Like
Yeah.
the worst thing is when you sit down to watch a movie and you're like, I'm gonna finish this because I want to finish it, and then you're like, what was the why?
Yeah, I hate that.
I didn't, you know.
I've actually started looking at reviews now before I watch things. Because before I used to watch whatever's there, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I can't do that anymore. There's no time for that sort of thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Need to watch things that I've reviewed and are actually quite good.
yeah, yeah. True.
Right.
We didn't mention Airplane. That was the last one.
Oh, Airplane is genius. Although this is the thing, right? I think comedy films sometimes don't get. I think they need their own topic. They need their own section because they're
I think,
unfairly treated with drama. Because drama affects us more emotionally in a negative
yeah,
way sometimes.
yeah,
I think negative emotions are sometimes stronger than pleasure
it is,
or
yeah. I,
laughter, right? And
the
we
other,
don't rate them as high, but I think they're just as good.
and yeah, the other thing you'll understand is like the movie has to make money, and comedies are difficult to do. That's why there's not many comedies because
Yeah.
they're not.
I
You
can't remember
don't.
the last comedy that came out that I thought was really good.
There's barely any comedies, which is really sad. And
Mm.
what guarantees like the problem I have with Marvel is just too many. I just got lost in
Yeah.
too many, right? The other film movies you haven't mentioned, I love all the Fast and Furious movies. Like they're
Oh yeah.
stupid, they're ridiculous, but you just know you're gonna have a
They're
good time.
brilliant. Yeah,
You
yeah,
just
they're
know you're
brilliant.
gonna have a good
Do
time
you know what I
watching.
watched recently? Because I,
Yeah.
I went to Japan and then I had a little thing of
Mm.
being watching Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
I watched Tokyo Drift again.
Oh yeah.
Tokyo Drift is so good.
Yeah.
It's
I'll watch
so
that again
good.
now. I forgot.
Yeah,
I need to
I
watch it again.
forgot how good it is. This is the thing. Because I haven't watched it, I think it was Fast and Furious and then Too Fast, Too Furious and then Tokyo Drift, right?
Yes.
Or was
Yes, I
Tokyo
think
Drift
so.
second? Something.
I can't remember. Yeah.
What I want to know is what happened to the little white kid in it? Kid doesn't disappear, but Hans stayed in. Hans was very cool. Obviously, he was
Hmm.
going to stay in. But I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
expect the little white kid to stay in as well,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
actually very good as well.
Yeah. God, there's another Die Hard. Oh my God,
Oh yeah, Die Hard.
loved Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard was brilliant.
Bruce
Lethal
Willis.
Weapon. Lethal Weapon was
Bruce
brilliant.
Lethal Weapon. Bruce
Yeah,
Willis. Mel Gibson. That's absolutely
yeah.
amazing actors.
Mel Gibson's done
Amazing.
so many good films.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do this again. The film
But
topic. We're gonna have to probably go back to it a few
Rush
times.
Hour. Rush
Oh,
Hour.
Rush Hour is
Rush
legendary,
Hour.
man. Rush Hour should probably be in my top 30.
Yeah.
That is, there's so many times that I quote that. Like, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? And I love the fact he didn't say mouth, he said mouth. He goes, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
It's one of those. If it came on TV, you're just gonna watch it, isn't it? It's just there's just
When my
nothing.
when my kids say, I'm hungry, I always
Mm.
say, Mushu, you hungry? Because at the beginning, I think it's at the beginning of two or three, I can't remember which
Yeah.
one. He
Hmm.
goes, I want some Mushu. And then Jackie Chan turns around and goes, Mushu, you hungry? I don't even know why it's funny, but it always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many great lines in those films. It's brilliant. And Chris Tucker should have made more films
Yeah, yeah, he
because
definitely
he's
should have.
brilliant. He's
He
like
is really.
literally, I think he's amazingly funny, but he's actually a really good actor, and he's definitely got
Hmm.
that X factor.
Yes, yeah,
He should have made more films.
yes, you're right, you're right, you're right.
Is it making enough films? Right, I have to go now. I need to pee.
Cool, cool. All
Have a
right,
good
fine.
one. I'll catch you next
Cool.
week.
See you, man. It's fine.
Bye, mate.
Sound good.
Thanks, man.